Have you ever been so impacted by something that it leaves no doubt as to what helped shape you? Welcome to the Blind Impact podcast, where we talk about and uncover those moments. Some funny, some sad, and some scary, but it's not always tragic. I hope you'll stay for a while. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. It jumped
Okay.
off a second ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I recognize that. Okay, Brandon, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you? Well, I say I'm doing well, but I'm a little under the weather, so I'm push through.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. It seems to be going around to everybody right about now.
Yeah, I woke up like that. I was like, man, what is going on?
Goodness. Okay, Brandon. So, is there anything you'd like for us to know about yourself? Something you might have accomplished, or anything you would like to share with us?
Just give you like a little bit about myself.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
just tell us who you are.
Uh, well, my name's Brandon Belo. I'm originally I'm 42 years old. Just
Okay.
had a birthday on the 10th.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Thank you. I I graduated from Northwestern State University with a business administration degree,
Okay.
and I moved to Texas to see what I could do with that.
Okay. Did you find that moving to Texas worked out for you?
Well, I'm really not using my degree, but I found out that I probably won't be making much more than what I'm making now, so
Okay.
I'm good
Okay.
with it. I can live with it.
Wow. Wow. So Louisiana to Texas. That seems to be a move that a lot of people make. And I'm trying to understand, was just better opportunity in Texas?
Yes, it's where I'm from. I'm from a small town. It's called
Okay.
Natchitoches. It's like the
Okay.
first settlement in Louisiana. It's not a whole lot of work out there.
Oh.
So everybody, a lot of people I know moved to Texas to try to find work pretty much. If they could stay in Louisiana, they would. But
Yeah, it seems like, right? Because I mean, Texas is a great state, there's no
right.
denying that. But you think about like Louisiana and like the culture that's there and the food that they've got there. I
Oh yeah,
just
food's amazing.
what's your favorite dish from there?
Gumbo.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah. I just
yeah.
had gumbo recently and it was delicious. So
Was it from somebody made it that's from Louisiana,
oh
or
yeah, yeah,
okay,
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
okay. I wonder if there's like a real difference in that dish. Like from
I've never
state.
really had anybody else's gumbo that's not from Louisiana.
Oh wow,
So
wow.
I always enjoy anytime I can get a hold to it.
Too wow. I'm gonna find somebody from Louisiana to make that. I'm like, let's compare these two dishes here, okay?
Right.
Let's see. Okay, so Brandon, so what's your story? What are you talking about today?
Well,
Like,
what do you want to talk about?
what do you want to talk about? You've got a story. You got a story, and I want to hear it, right? So you're just gonna you're gonna tell me just about some things that occurred in your life that impacted you and made you who you are today.
Okay. Well, I think we spoke briefly on that before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I say my father.
Okay.
Um, I he worked for UPS
Okay.
for 30. I say 32 years, 33 years, somewhere around that. Retired from that job. Um, the job was actually maybe about 5 minutes from where we lived at.
Oh,
So
nice.
I would see him get up every morning at 4 every day, Monday through Friday, and go to work every day, and uh, just watching him work hard and seeing him that it can be done. My mom didn't work, so he took care of everything, took care of our family, and just doing all that on one income. He was a mechanic there, so he made good money.
Mm-hmm.
And just him watching him doing his work ethic, giving me and my two brothers the same work ethic because we're all I'm the youngest of three,
Okay.
and we're all very hard workers to this day. So
Wow. So do you think that having seen your dad do what he did, and of course it was an inspiration to you, do you feel like that is something that we've kind of lost along the way, like in our generations?
absolutely, I see more and more of people. I like to say job hopping,
Mm, mm,
which it has a lot to do with the jobs too. A lot of
sure.
jobs aren't paying as like they used to, but a lot of people don't stick with jobs. They don't like to work hard anymore.
They don't.
Uh, it's very hard. The workforce is very limited with great people, or they could be great. But I think it's other resources that give them other options to make money, so they're not really that concerned on working like a 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And it's also really sad because, like you say, like your dad put in 30 plus years, at a really good company.
Right.
They've been around for I don't even know how many decades, but very reliable, very well recognized brand. And for him to have gotten that job and in the specific area of work that he did, it just seems like those trucks are constantly coming in for maintenance, and
Correct.
he was a man that obviously they depended on, and they knew he'd get it done. And so, like you say, nowadays it's so few people that you can depend on just like that, you know. And I wonder, have you ever told your dad like how you like what you feel about that and watching him?
Yeah, yeah. I give him his props anytime I can. Uh, he still lives in Louisiana.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I actually live about 3 hours. It takes about 3.5 hours to go and see them. So I see him and my mom on a regular.
Oh, okay, that's
Uh,
that's good. It's really good.
which they've been married 53 years.
Wow.
So um,
Wow.
I all my friends will have conversations about with my friends on how they looked up to my dad
Oh, wow.
uh, and my mom actually too, how they've been together and because a lot of my friends didn't have the 2 parent household
Okay.
and didn't really get to see the love that they shared at their home, and
Mm.
they express it too. They've actually expressed it to him too. So he gets he gets his flowers whenever, especially now at all of us at an older age, and we let him know how much he inspired everybody and give him his love like he deserves.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's how awesome to be able to do that now. Your parents are still around, thank God for that. And
Hmm.
you can let them know just a level of appreciation, and then that he can see that his inspiration on y'all is something that has kind of propelled you forward in your life. So I'm sure that's something that he's got to feel, and your mom too, feeling proud of
Right.
seeing you guys do that. uh 53 years. That
Yeah.
is that is a long marriage. That is so
That's rare.
long.
That's
It
rare
is.
in these
Yeah.
times.
It's so very rare. What's your is your mom kind of like? Is she kind of like, oh, your dad's home today. He's getting on my nerves. Like, has it reached that point yet, or has it already passed
they they like
past
to
that
joke a
point?
lot. They like to
Yeah.
joke and say they getting on each other's nerves, but they're joking. My dad been retired probably about I say about 12 or 13 years now.
Oh, good.
So
Nice.
I thought he would have tried to go back to work somewhere else, but he's been they've been enjoying each other's company ever since. So
Oh, that's so beautiful.
yeah,
Wow. That is absolutely. I mean, that's something to be admired, anyways.
right.
Because marriage is like we'll be like, okay, well, we know we're gonna be married for 2 weeks, and then that's about it. We're gonna
Yeah.
get this divorce, and then you marry somebody else, and so on and so forth. So I'm curious to know though. So with your dad being the example in the neighborhood, of a stand up man, seemingly,
Hmm.
do you does it was it something that he was taught like by his own parents, or do you think that's just something that he came by just naturally?
I would say naturally. Um,
Okay.
my grandparents, they both passed away uh, pretty early in my life. I think I was maybe about 5 or 6
Oh.
when they passed away. So uh, my I don't really remember a lot
Okay.
being there. I remember they both was there together, so I don't really know much about their personal life. But I would say it's just something he came. But all of my uncles, they're the same way. They the same way. All his brothers, and
Wow.
he has one sister that just retired, and they're all married, and um, just had, I don't know. It's just maybe they were something that they saw there. Two
Mm-hmm.
parent household, whatever. But um, they all are great examples too.
Wow. This is so awesome. I don't know if you realize how rare what you're talking about is, but you don't typically see entire families, you know,
Right.
like that. That's just not that isn't something that you see a whole lot of. But it definitely had to come from their parents
Yeah.
somehow, you
Yeah.
know. Um and it was taught, and then I don't know like if you've seen it from like if their parents, might have been that way, and that just all kind of just passed down. But that's definitely something awesome and a lot to speak of for sure.
Because like I said, I got two older brothers. We're all married.
Okay.
I've been married for 15 years.
Okay.
Um, my middle brother's been married. Uh, I would say probably 7 or 8 years, and my oldest brother probably around that same range too. So we've
Okay.
all. I think it might have impacted us just seeing them together and realizing that a two-parent household is the way to be if possible.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If possible. If
Yeah.
possible. And especially that's something that you get shown a lot, and like that's what's expected. And so you can't help but feel for the ones who don't get to come from a two-parent home.
Right.
It's just you don't want to seem like you're bragging about it, but
Right.
it's definitely definitely an experience to be shared. And I wonder, like, if you still talk to any of like your friends from back home, like, are any of them married at this point?
Um, I'll say about two or three of them are.
Okay, so see.
I still talk to all of my friends that I
Oh.
grew up with.
Oh, wow.
Uh, we're talking from a few starting from maybe third or fourth grade. We've been friends,
Oh,
and I
man.
still see them on a regular. Talk to them on the phone on a regular. Even the friends that I've met along the way, I still
Wow.
talk to them on a regular. So I don't. It's just one of them things. We never fell out, or we try to see as much as we each other as we can, and
Right.
even
Wow.
once a year we'll try to do like a guys trip uh, to hang out with some of them. If they can make it.
Right.
So it's great. It's
Wow.
great, really.
Oh my
It's,
goodness.
it's great to have some people that you can call that really know you.
Yes. And that again, that's something that's rare too, you know. But just listening to your story, there seems to be just a lot of the examples that you saw from your dad definitely is has been applied in a lot of different areas in your own life. And I don't know if you realize that, but to hear that you got the friends third grade.
Yeah,
And
I
and
do.
as a male, that's kind of unheard of. I know only one other person that can speak of friends from that far back. And the fact that y'all are still getting together and just hanging out, it's
Right.
all because you want to, obviously.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So your dad made an impact on them too.
I like to think so.
Yeah, it seems. It seems. So did any of the boys get to like ever go over to your house and your mom's like in there cooking and she's telling them to close the door, in or out? Any of that stuff
Oh
happened?
yeah, they definitely a lot of them, most of them spent a lot of time in my house. They really my house was where everybody was at. Um, my mom would cook for everybody that was there. Uh,
Wow.
if I got in trouble, we all got in trouble. It didn't matter if it was uh just us. If it was a friend, he'd tell him. I had one friend that lived. We actually just talked about this. I had one friend that lived a couple houses down, and my daddy would tell him to go home, and he'll go home, and then we'll be back. We'll be like, well, we'll come to your house in a couple hours, or when it cool off. So, or he'll be back at the house the next day. So it was just it was a good childhood, but
Oh,
they got disciplined too. So it wasn't one of them things where just we got in trouble. Now, if you was at that house and we did something, y'all always in trouble.
dang. Wow. And sounds like those kids' parents didn't have anything to say about it.
Nope, they didn't.
Yeah.
My
Dang.
my one the one friend I was just talking about, we actually just talked like a couple of days ago. He lives in
Uh-huh.
California, and
Okay.
he was saying he said coming to my house probably saved him. He probably would have been in the streets, or Lord knows where he would have been. So
Oh.
that was we've talked about this before, but it was on his mind that day to bring that back up, and I believe him. His mom,
Oh.
he come from a single parent household,
Okay.
and she was more the friend mom instead of the
Mm.
mom, and we all the stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing, we did at his house. So but he got a chance to be around us, and he said that did make a difference in his life. So
Oh. Oh my goodness. Jeez. I love to hear stories like that, just all the could have beens, but you got an opportunity to see a different part of life.
right.
Yep. And now he's probably successful out there. Probably got like 12 kids and you know.
He's got a couple. He doesn't have that many. He's doing well though.
Oh, that's so good for him. And your dad's probably like your dad probably has no clue. He probably has no idea the impact.
He's so nonchalant. He
Yeah.
wouldn't even. You'll tell him, he'll just be like, "Okay."
Man, yeah, because I guess it's like I don't know like how old your dad is, but it seems like men from that generation, they don't emotions is not like a real thing for them, right? But
Yeah.
like, but they have different ways of showing you those emotions. And if you're having a conversation like that with your dad, and he's like, okay, like just going on about his day, that has to sit with him a little bit, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't. You know what I mean? Like he just can't.
Yeah.
He's
He
not
he he
sure.
doesn't he doesn't show his emotions like that. He does tell us he loves us and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
giving him his props and anything like that, he just be like, all right, whatever. But
He's
he
like, "What are you
he he
telling me
he
for?" I
actually
don't
just
care.
turned 74 and
Oh,
this month too. So
oh wow, same
yeah.
day.
Uh we're 4 days apart.
Oh wow, dang. So you were a good birthday present for him then.
Man, it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
buy something for him. It's hard to buy for him. He got everything he want.
Yeah, yeah. That presents a whole challenge,
Yeah.
man. So I wonder what it was like in your house, like with three boys.
Well, me and my middle brother is three years apart, and
Okay.
his birthday is actually today.
Oh my goodness. What in the world? Your mom. My goodness.
And my oldest brother, me and him are 10 years apart. So
Oh.
he kind of did his, he's older than us, so he kind of did his own thing. But
Yeah.
me and my middle brother, we was more closer growing up.
Yeah.
We was more into the same thing. So
That's a gap. 10 years. He
yeah,
he's
yep.
about out the house at that point. He's like, who are y'all?
He was.
Man. Wow. So your dad was like the disciplinarian? Or was your
No, my
mom?
mom actually was.
I can kind of see that. Your mom's probably like super short, and she's probably got like a
Oh,
heavy
how
hand.
my mom is probably 4 foot
Oh.
nothing, but she did not play.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And if she couldn't get it done, she would threaten us with our dad. And then
Uh-oh.
we'll straighten up because we
You
didn't
don't want
know
that.
he never whooped us, but just
Wow.
the thought of him whooping us, we would act right. So she
Oh man.
but she definitely was great also. She took care of everything, made sure she cooked every day, made sure
Yeah.
we did our homework.
Mm.
She was, you know, a lot of ladies don't get a lot of props.
Mhm.
Moms don't get a lot of props for being stay-at-home moms because that's actually a job too.
Oh, it is. It really is. It really is.
You got to make sure everything is done around the house. She made sure everything was clean, and uh, she just made sure we was on top of everything. We was all good students, and
Aw.
uh, we was set. She make us sit. One thing I remember, she make us sit at the dinner table to get our homework done,
Yeah.
and you did not move until you got it finished.
Wow. Talk about stressful, right? Like I can't. I gotta go play outside. She's like, nope. Get this homework done. Whack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. That's That's amazing, and like you said, like that is an entire job. And I know people look back and they're like, okay, wow, you'd stay home all day, like you're sitting down relaxing. No, I'm in here cooking dinner. I'm washing his laundry. I'm making sure that the laundry is folded and put away. Make sure you're doing your homework. There's no free time.
I promise you, my dad wouldn't have traded with
Oh,
her.
that is
Shoot,
that's
because I'm sure
beautiful.
her job was dealing with us and all of that. He probably would love to go to work every day and just to get away from us for a while.
I was like, you just stay home. I gotta go take care of this out here.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. She did
Wow.
work for a while just because she wanted to. She had started being like a teacher's aide at elementary school.
Oh, that's cool.
She did that for a little while until she got. I think she had hurt her back, but
Okay.
she didn't have to. But she we was all kind of older, taking care of ourselves. So really,
Mhm.
she wanted something to do.
Yeah, busy work.
Yeah.
Busy work. Wow. So do you Oh my goodness. But anyway, so okay, so do you feel like anything about your childhood, um, your upbringing, everything that you learned and experienced, is there anything about that you would have changed?
Let me think about that. I don't think I would have changed anything.
Ooh. Mm.
Um, like I said, my mom was real protective over us.
Mhm.
It was a lot of things I used to get mad at my mom about, like she wouldn't let me go just here and there.
Mhm.
I kind of had to stay close to the house. I guess you would say I was sheltered a little
Mm.
bit,
Okay.
but looking back on it, I'm glad she did some of the things she did, like keep us, didn't just let us do what we wanted.
Yeah.
Because it's in my city where I'm from. It's a lot of people that ain't here anymore because of they was in the streets just doing what they wanted to do,
Yeah.
And so I'm actually grateful for her being a little strict on us roaming around the city. Actually thankful, really, but it could have been a lot that we could have been getting into. Instead, we was at home playing video games and basketball outside, baseball, stuff that kids were supposed to be doing.
Yep.
I could have been into stuff that we wasn't supposed to be doing, or could have been in trouble with the law or police, and Lord knows whatever. But I'm thankful for. I don't regret anything. I don't think I would change anything.
That's a good answer. Good answer. It doesn't seem like you have any reason to. And yeah, and good job to your mom for being that mom. Like, and then I'm sure she didn't care if y'all got mad at her or not. She was like, nope, you're not going. No. Don't worry about it. Just go sit down.
Technology.
No, yeah, it's good when it wants to be, and then terrible most of the other time. Good grief. Okay, Brandon. So, where we left off, you said that you wouldn't have changed anything in your childhood. So that's really awesome to know that, and I hope that the way your family has been and your parents and how they've passed that on down to you and your brothers, I hope that you guys are able to continue passing that on down throughout your family, and then I hope that continues from there. And you never know just how you are as a person, like out in public, it can impact somebody else. So I hope that you continue to know that, and I really do hope that your parents continue to have a happy and long marriage, beautiful marriage.
Right. Yeah.
And have you guys around. And I hope y'all have longevity in your marriages also. So that'd be awesome.
Right.
That'd be really, really awesome. So is there anything else that you wanted to say before we end it?
Just thank you for asking me to do your podcast. I'm glad I'm able to help you give us some content. And
yeah.
What made you ask me to do it? Can I ask you that?
You can ask me. I don't know. There was just something like you and I, we didn't have a whole lot of just exchange, I think,
right.
Aside from what we were doing, but it was just something that I just felt kind of felt compelled, honestly. And I was like, I bet I know this guy. There's something here, so I need to ask. And then if I didn't ask, I was like, well, I'll probably never see him again. So
right,
right. I had to try to go ahead and capitalize on that opportunity. And now I see why. So I thank you for agreeing to come on and do it. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, this has been the Blind Impact. The guest today has been Brandon, and we really, really appreciate you guys for listening, and really appreciate you once again, Brandon, for coming on. And I hope you have a really awesome day. And we will talk or see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Brandon. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of The Blind Impact. If you like the show, please rate, subscribe, review, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. If you have a story you'd like to tell, please email me at theblindImpact@gmail.com. Or if you have a story you'd like to have read here by me, please include those details in the email or the voice message. Thank y'all, and remember, it's not always tragic.